Well, good morning, BookTube. Bill Ruttenberg here with the Ruttenberg Library. I wanted to come to you this morning with a book tag. Of course, it's Tag Tuesday, so why not, right? So the book tag that I want to do today is the Where Do You Find Time book tag. And this was originally created by Working Man Reads. I had saw it on Steve Donahue's channel. And I thought it was a pretty easy tag to do, just talking about your normal habits as a reader. Helps us booktubers to get to know each other, and just kind of a fun tag. And so the first question in this tag is, where is your favorite place to read? And for me, my favorite place to read is actually at the dining room table. There's a lot of light. I like the light to be bright so I can see. The ladies in my house don't always like to read there. They like the light a little bit dimmer. I like it nice and bright, and so I like to read at the dinner table because it's bright lighting. I can lay my stuff out, like my notebook and stuff. I can take notes, and it works really, really well. Another place that I like to read is I have a nice comfy green recliner that we bought this last summer or fall, I guess we got it in the fall, and I like to recline in that in the afternoon. And so as I'm reading, if I get tired, I just kind of lay the book on my chest, and if I'm kicked back, I just kind of close my eyes and I am sleeping. So I like to read there, and I also like to read in the living room. We have a little two-seat chair. I'm not sure exactly the exact terminology for the furniture, but it's like a two-seater, but it's a chair, and it's a great big old thing, and it's really comfy. You can kind of turn sideways and recline your legs a little bit, and I really like that. I don't read there the last couple weeks nearly as much as what I was doing, because the lamp that we had bought that kind of hangs over and gives the light for that seat, it has quit working, so we had to take it back to the store, and so we got to find a new lamp. But those are probably my three favorite places to read. Second question in this tag, do you read every day? For me, yes, I read every day one way or another, whether it's my books that I have out currently or as a teacher. I'm always reading something. Just kind of comes with the job. But as far as my books go, I try to make a habit of reading every single day. I guess I can't say it happens every day, but it's probably 95% of the time I am reading. I love to read. It's just a habit that I've made for myself. I think that education is valuable, and reading is a part of that. And so I have just made it part of my life. It's part of the everyday habits. And plus, I just really, really enjoy reading. It can be just as good, or it is not just as good, it is better than watching TV, and you get to let your brain wander, and it's just a lot of fun. I like reading, so I try to do it every day. Question number 3, do you read out loud to any family members? As a matter of fact, I do. If you follow the channel, I have a 3-year-old, soon to be a 4-year-old, but she loves to climb up in our laps and give us books to read. And so one of our favorite activities, me and her, is on, once a week we go to the library, or once every 2 weeks, depending on the books that we grab. We'll go to the library, and I let her just go roam in the kids section, and she gets to pick out her books. And this last week, so today is our library day. We're going to go to the library, and last week's bunch of books might not have been the best pick of books, and so we're going to only do a 1-week span with these. Sometimes we do a full 2 weeks, but this group wasn't the greatest. There's a couple good books, but not really. On the other ones, they were rough. So I'll show you the couple that we liked the best, and then there's a couple that we didn't. So My Mom is a Superhero was one that she picked. A little cartoon book, little comic book stuff. And this one's a really basic one, little board book. I think she just liked the cartoon figures, so we picked that one. Another one that was a cute book was Happy St. Patrick's Day, Tiny. And Tiny goes to St. Patrick's Day celebration, and we find him on an adventure trying to find, they're on a quest to, what is it called? To find, let me see here. I can't think of what it's called. They go on a scavenger hunt. That's what it is. They go on a scavenger hunt looking for stuff, and that was a cute book. And then we had Chicken Little. That was fun too, where Chicken thinks the sky's falling because he gets hit with an acorn, and so he goes on an adventure telling all the other. He's going to go tell the king the sky's falling while he's telling all the animals, and they are following along with him. But that was a cute book. And then the two that we didn't really like was Grown-ups Get to Do All the Driving. And we didn't really like this one because it was nothing but negativity towards grown-ups. And I don't think that's very healthy for kids to get that negative attitude towards their parents when they have to do things, or, like chores, or looking at grown-ups as almost being a bad guy. And I didn't quite like that. And I don't think my daughter did either. And then the last book that we read was Unlovable by Dan Yaccarino. And my daughter did not like this one. Unlovable is a dog that, here, I'll just go to the back of the book here. This cat that's in the house doesn't like him, calls him unlovable. And my daughter just really, really did not like that. She thought that was about as mean as it gets, and she's, Daddy, I don't like that. That's mean. You should never call anybody unlovable. And the fish was doing that to him, and it isn't till the end that the unlovable dog finds another dog that's just like him. And so it does have a little bit of a happy ending, but she did not like the beginning. She did not like the dogs, the dog and the bird being mean to the dog. Or the cat and the bird, being mean to the dog. So, and then the fish was being mean to him too. So anyway, she didn't like that. She thought that was mean, and made her really upset. But, which is a good thing. Means she's got a heart. And so we do read out loud to our kids. Matter of fact, we brought those books home. I had to read all 5 of them, then my wife had to read all 5 of them, and then me, and then my wife. And we went back and forth for a couple times, straight times. She'd read them all in my lap, and then she'd take them all over to my wife's lap. But we find that important to read to our children and get them the good habit of reading. And, of course, I don't read to my 17-year-old anymore. That would be, a little silly. But we are reading together The Catcher in the Rye. I picked that up yesterday at the library, and we were buddy reading that. So both of us read the first couple chapters of that. So it's not reading aloud to her, but reading along with her. So that'll be fun. But we stress that education is very important, that learning is very important, and we also try to stress that reading is fun. So just because it's important doesn't mean it can't be fun. All right. So question number 4. What is your favorite career for a main character to have? I struggled with this question. I don't know. I do know that with my John Grisham books, of course, up here, the John Grisham books, most of the main characters are lawyers. And that is the only one that kind of popped out. I like all kinds of different careers for my main characters. I am not really picky on this, but I do know that I really like Grisham, and most of his characters are lawyers. So maybe that's the answer. I also like John Jakes, and his main family is a bunch of printers. They print books and newspapers and stuff. So maybe that's mine. I don't know. So I don't really have quite an answer, quite a good answer for that. So question number 5, do you read at work? yeah, I'm a teacher, and so I read at work all the time, actually. And it could be different types of reading, whether it's grading papers, I'm reading answers, going through essays and stuff like that, or it's we are reading through primary sources, secondary sources. We also, we have class books that we read. Yesterday in the video, I talked about we are at the end of the month, we're going to be reading Narrative of the Life of Frederick Douglass, an American Slave, for my 8th grade history class. And so we'll be reading that together. And so we got, just different books throughout the school year that we read and that I'm reading. And we also have an SSR period at school, sustained silent reading, where we read for 20 minutes every day. The kids can pick whatever they want to read because studies show that the more a kid reads on average per day, the more they read, the better their test scores are going to be. And it's just all about getting your brain moving and becoming better readers, so that your comprehension then goes up, and as you're working on those different skills. So every day during SSR, I always have a book sitting beside me that I'm reading. And I think right now it is a Bruce Canton book, because I brought some of my other books home. But it's a Bruce Canton book, Civil War series, that I am reading. And then when I'm on break, if I don't have any papers to grade, I'll pick that book up and read it. So the last question on this tag is, what book are you reading now? Okay, so right at this very moment, I have 3 of them that I have started. And yesterday morning, I haven't had a chance to do it this morning, but yesterday morning I was reading on my buddy read with Peg over at the history shelf, and it's a short history of Reconstruction. Just got that started. I got the introduction and the preface read yesterday, and I was going to work on chapter 1 this morning. I did get up a little bit late, so I don't know if I'll get that done this morning or this afternoon. Excuse me. I've also been reading on Vineyard Fear from Arch Mystery. And then, like I said, I started yesterday The Catcher in the Rye with my daughter. That's a buddy read I'm doing with my daughter. So those are the 3 books that I am reading right at this very moment. I have a whole stack of them for the month of March. But anyway, that is the Where Do You Find Time book tag. And again, I saw it on Steve Donahue's channel, and it was originally done by Working Man Reads. And I'll put the link to both of those videos down below in the description. Go check out their channels. They do a great job. This was a fun tag to do when you just start thinking about, finding time to do what's important. And for me, that is reading, and I know many of you that's reading. So thank you for watching BookTube. I hope you all have a great day and a great week. Till next time, happy reading.